This is a video that will hopefully encourage myself and motivate myself to stick with my plan for the next 5 days, or actually more like 3.5 more, because already I started the day before yesterday in the evening. That was my last meal, and since then, like for 36 hours now, I've just been drinking teas. And the reason for me that I drink tea instead of water or something else is because I can add all kind of herbs and spices that will support my healing, my gut and my candida overgrowth. Mainly I focus on getting rid of the candida first, but really I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just I've been reading a lot, but in the end I'm just following my intuition. So the main thing I'm using these days, it's Uña de Gato, it's cat's claw, which is a very powerful tree. It's like a bark, or it looks a bit like ayahuasca. You just basically take it and break it and crush it up and put it in the water. So yeah, it doesn't taste good at all, very bitter, but they say bitter things are very healthy. And on top of that, I've used some cinnamon, like a fresh stick, also just crush it. And this is also super good for candida, and also it gives a really nice taste. On top of that, just to give a more flavor, but well, ginger also I use, just shredded ginger inside, also very healthy, tastes good. And on top of that I added cardamom and cloves and anise, just to give some nice flavor. So this is gonna be my liquids for today, and half of it will be warm, the other half I'll make cold. And I think I'm gonna add some stevia in the cold one, just to have something yummy today. It's just green leaves as well, the stevia, so it's also healthy. Yeah, tomorrow I will start drinking bone broth, which I've been cooking, which is here. It's been cooking for 13 hours more or less. So yeah, I look forward to having that. So like 2-3 days with the liquids, 2 days with bone broth, and then the last day I will start drinking some kind of juices, probably celery and carrot or something like that. And then I'll see how it goes. So yeah, I've been just taking it easy, doing some very slow yoga, more like yin yoga, and breathing, meditating. Didn't do cold shower. I did a cold shower yesterday, but not like a cold tub. But today I feel like doing that, so I hope that will be nice. Other than that, I'm just super bored and can't really motivate myself to do anything, not even get out of the house almost. Maybe a small walk, but that's it. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. So now it's almost 3 full days of just drinking tea and water, apple cider vinegar. And yesterday I was very drained from energy, and heart starts racing, and just from this position to standing up I got dizzy and really uncomfortable. So I thought today would be miserable, but actually luckily it feels very nice today. I feel very calm and centered, and just happy that I made it so far with the fasting. And actually I feel so good that I would love to continue just drinking the liquid from the tea and the water. But my plan was to drink bone broth after 2 days. So now it's almost 3 days, except 5 hours or something. So I think I will drink bone broth because that was the plan, so I will stick to that. And yeah, I look forward to taste the bone broth. I have a nice big bowl here. I thought I would go all in with a big portion and just enjoy it and feel some kind of fullness from this. And also it's good because actually there's a ceremony, like an Agni fire ceremony happening here today, and part of that ceremony is like sharing food. So there's tons of nice delicious fruit down in the kitchen, and I even made bananas with chocolate on top myself. And I'm not gonna have any of it, so that's mind over matter right there. So at least I'll have a big portion of this bone broth. Soothing, very fatty. Yeah, so still I'm not giving my body any carbohydrates, so still gonna be in this keto state where hopefully the body can rejuvenate itself and take some of the old cells and make them new and more alive. So yeah, but right now I feel good, and 2 days with the bone broth, and then the third day with some kind of maybe vegetable soup or some juices. Let's see.
Gracias a cada uno de ustedes, muchas gracias por venir. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyoti Gamaya.
I am on day 4 and feeling pretty low on energy, but somehow I managed to go half an hour with the bus to the next town where you can actually buy some organic vegetables, because even though they have plenty of vegetables here, it's not organic. They are simply too big and too nice to be organic, so I don't think they are. Pretty sure they're not. But half an hour away there's some few shops with organic things. And yeah, so this is what happens when you go and buy things on an empty, hungry and energy depleted body. So I just want to share that these are some of the things that I will start eating from tomorrow, and this is what I think are safe to eat without making the gut irritated. And what I will try to do is to eat more or less a few items at the time, and then slowly start to add more and more into the diet. So this is like an elimination diet. So once I've eaten one thing, I will wait for 2 days to see how I react. If nothing happens, then I know I'm good, and I will write down all the food that I'll be able to eat. And then at some point I'll probably eat something that is not good for me, so I have to take that away and try something new. So yeah, cauliflower, broccoli, some cabbage, I'm not sure about this, how I'll react. And then some herbs to make it like more flavorful, the food, since I'm not gonna use spices or like onions. So parsley and what is it called? The one you use for making falafels. Well, never mind, it's tasty. Some green leaves. I found some fresh muña, which is something from Peru. It's super good for the belly and for altitude sickness, and it's kind of like mint. So also I have mint, good for the digestion and the belly. I found lemon, super rare in Peru, so that's nice. And celery and leeks. It's also gonna be a very nice additive for making the food tasty. I have some carrots. This is also something I need to be careful about. Contains sugar as well, and it's a root vegetable, so these are a little bit uncertain. Spinach, also have to check if this is good for me because it's high histamine food, which is a totally different subject. Then I have coca leaves, and this is supposed to be good for digestion as well. Maybe I'll just make tea out of it, maybe I'll chew it sometimes. Yeah, so this is the food, more or less. I'm gonna start with that. On top of this, I will get some organic chicken and some beef as well. And then, of course, I'm gonna be eating bone broth, which I have right now, and this is actually my first bone broth today, so it's just delicious. This is the #1 medicine for healing leaky gut. But for candida you need something stronger. So for candida I have bought other things, like I have from Denmark oregano oil, which I'm gonna start using. And then I bought something called calendula with chamomile. It's like a palm, has beeswax as well, olive and sunflower oil. And this you can put on the actual place where you have the candida. So yeah, I hope that will help as well. Other than that, I just bought today raisin from Pine. I have no idea, but the lady said that it was the best, and I googled it and it actually seems like it is very good for this. And then I bought something called zeolita. Also, she recommended. Actually, I have no idea what it is, but yeah, plenty of good stuff. Activated charcoals. I'm gonna use that together with psyllium fiber. That's the husk, psyllium husk. And I have grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil extract would have been better, but they didn't have that. So this is amazing for cooking. Contains a lot of omega-3s and 9s. I have my spirulina crunchy edition. I have like fish oil, but from algaes. And also I just bought this aloe vera with something called copaiba and sangre de grado. So 3 super strong remedies for the belly. And also nuni I have, which is also very powerful. It's actually like a fruit, I think. So yeah. On top of that I have also maybe gonna get some oh, I forgot what's the name. Slippery elm. And I have my Pau d'Arco tea, and also the cat's claw. So yeah, I use CBD oil, but that's more like just for relaxing. And magnesium and a good vitamin, multivitamin. So yeah, I think with all these things, I'm not gonna use it all in one time. I'm gonna try one thing and then I'm gonna add another thing. So slowly feeling how each things work. And then I hope that in a few weeks, even a month, maybe a few months, who knows, that I'm just gonna feel much better. So I'm excited. Hola. A little update from the diet healing journey. It's been really strange and really intense, and a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts, a lot of ups and downs. I think it was on day 5. Today is day 9 actually of fasting and of transitioning into this keto diet thing, along with using remedies for killing the candida. Or not killing it, because you don't want to kill it, you want to balance it out, because we need a bit of candida in our body. So it's been very hard. I think on day 5 I felt like a shift, like, oh, finally now or maybe day 6, yeah. Finally now something happened, like I feel more energy. But then the next second I felt just as low, and together with this physical lowness, like all kind of thoughts are coming up, and it's really unbelievable how much stuff coming up just without doing anything really. I haven't been using any medicine, like plant medicine, before today actually. And I wanted also to make videos the last 3-4 days, but just didn't have the motivation, like completely didn't give a shit about anything. So finally I took the courage to drink some San Pedro today, because the other days I've been feeling too vulnerable. I was like, no, it's too much already, what will happen? So I drank the San Pedro today, and I started the day looking on my phone really bad after drinking the San Pedro, and then somehow I got into this mercury poisoning, and I just started reading more and more. I have like these mercury fillings in my mouth, and really started to freak me out. Like I have some anxiety sometimes, but I can manage it easily. But today I was like, whoa, overwhelmed suddenly, and just thought about, I need to remove these fillings. I still feel I need to do that, but without the anxiety now. So that was pretty intense. I had my cold dip, and I couldn't get warm at all. Did yoga, but nothing helped, and I was just freaking out. But then thankfully one of the girls who lives here, she came down and we started talking, and I could share a little bit, and slowly my nervous system calmed down, and yeah, finally now I feel like motivated to talk to the camera and make this update. But really don't have any like conclusion or anything, because it's very up and down. They say it can take 2 weeks to adapt to this ketosis, and maybe I'm still adapting. It's not so challenging physically, but mentally and emotionally, yes. But yeah, also empowering. It feels so good to stick to the diet, and I just have 2 meals a day, like around 11, 12, and then around 5, 6, and then I have some snack. I do eat like a piece of papaya, mostly for digestion. Yesterday I had a green apple, so I'm wondering if that's going against the keto diet. They say it does, but it's still super small amounts. And yeah, actually yesterday I read that even the ketosis diet is not good for the candida, because the candida can feed on ketos, I think they're called. So now I'm like just not really sure if I'm doing the right thing, but at least I will stick to it for 2 weeks, and then slowly I can incorporate some more carbohydrates. Yeah, many thoughts happening. I want to travel, I want to stay, I want to go home. I'm not sure if I even want to drink ayahuasca. It's almost like I'm telling myself I'm in Peru, so I should be drinking ayahuasca. So maybe I'm forcing that. On the other hand, could be good. So who knows? I need to sell some things first of all, get rid of all these materials I have around me, so I'll be able to move. Thinking about Canada, California, yeah, Argentina as well, Ecuador. But really I miss my parents and I miss my sister, and if I didn't have any heavy stuff around me, I would just transport myself to them. I don't know, it's the first time I miss them so much, it's crazy. It was the first time I'm having such a challenge, but it's good, I hope so. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do some rapé also, for the first time in 10 days or something, to ground. Maybe I go to the gym as well, to ground. I need grounding right now. We're already up 3,000 meters, so so much grounding is needed. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Just forgot to say one interesting thing. Also, my bowel movements has been really ridiculously low. I made 3 small poos in 9 days, and I've been drinking like the silicium, whatever it's called, the fibers, together with the charcoal, activated charcoal, to also cleanse the body. And it's just not working really, so it's really strange. In 9 days, 3 small poos. So I can't wait for the big one to come suddenly. But it's weird because I have a relatively flat belly, more than usual, so I don't know where all the nourishment goes. But yeah, it's strange. So this is day 15 or 16 on the diet. The diet that's supposed to be keto diet, but I'm not sure if I'm in that state. I eat 1 or 2 fruits a day, so maybe that's too much. But nevertheless, I see some improvement. Nothing radical, nothing major like that I was hoping for. I was hoping to get this energy and clear mind, more focus, more calmness, better concentration from this diet, which I read other people have, but it's fucking hard. But I do feel some benefits. I do see some improvement with the candida, and with all the bone broth I'm drinking, it just has to be some kind of healing going on. But yeah, I've been super drained and totally not motivated for anything. Had trouble sleeping many nights. Yesterday was really bad and feel tired today. And just been in my bed basically all day. Just now I kind of feel some relief just sitting down, burning some sage and just reflecting on the day and telling myself if everything is happening for a reason. So yeah, I hope that will make me sleep better. Also really been digging into my subconsciousness, my self-talk, how I perceive myself, and I think I can improve a lot on that. I think I have like a pretty negative view upon myself, and I do catch myself several times a day saying something like, I'm sick, I am, yeah, like really like negative stuff, like I don't even recall right now. There's a lot of negative self-talk for sure. So I'm reading a book about that and really becoming aware of trying to change it. Because if I don't change it, I'll just keep digging a hole and going in this negative spiral, and that's definitely not what I want. So that's good, at least, yeah. Other than that, like this fucking journey, I mean, I don't even know why I came here. It's crazy. If it wasn't winter back in Europe, I would take the first flight right now. It's just the weather. It's just because of that. So I would love to go back to Poland, to my sister. I'm thinking about it all the time. Yeah, so I feel like I'm in a prison basically. I'm just here in this house, don't have energy for anything, need to be cooking all day long, and I can't go out because almost nothing I can eat outside. So yeah. So yeah, I thought after 2 weeks I would see some kind of change, some nice improvement, something positive to say, but I don't really have that. So yeah, that's the conclusion for this little healing keto journey. Like usually after 2 weeks supposed to be some change, but there's not much change actually. So that's the conclusion right now. It's not very motivating. This whole fucking trip is not very motivating. This whole vlogging is not very motivating. I had very different ideas how this would turn out, and I knew there would be some struggle, but I would be sure that by now there will be some more like positive stories to share, and really the reason why I'm doing it was to inspire people to do the same. Like if you want to go and live in some other country, I wanted to inspire you, and that is not the case. So I hope you are happy where you are, because I think we're actually pretty lucky being in Europe and having all the care and family and friends around us. It's basically what it comes down to. I'm realizing all these mountains and all the plant medicine, the sunshine and all that. What doesn't matter when you are fucking lonely, if you don't have anybody to share it with. So yeah, at least makes me appreciate my family and friends. And luckily my friend Rosanna is coming in 6, 7, 8, 9 days. And we found a house that we chose to share together, so hopefully that will be a new chapter, a fresh start. It's a nice house. It's small, but it's cozy, and we have a fireplace, we have a teepee, and it's much more in nature. So I'm counting the hours until I move. Yeah. So I thought I would add a little extra on this healing diet, even though it's been more than 2 weeks, which was kind of my length I wanted to share and post about. But the last sharing was not very optimistic or positive, and I feel there's been a lot of negativity in my sharings, so why not end with something more nice and optimistic. And yeah, so it was like 3 days ago, the last post, and since then I've been feeling pretty good actually. I feel good. It's quite rare for me to say that. People asking how are you, and usually people say yeah, good, but not me. I try to say really what I feel, and most of the time it's been either okay, and then people are like, something wrong, just okay. Or I tell people I feel like shit, but I also realize that that's not very comfortable for people to receive that, and they're not often not ready to actually hear what I'm feeling. So yeah, now it feels actually good to say I'm good, and then the conversation, the flow is so much nicer and more comfortable for everybody. So yeah, it's not like there's been a major shift or anything, it's just a very subtle, calm energy, and feels really good to be able to stick with this no carb diet, eat a lot of vegetables and a little bit of meat to not all meals. I have 3 meals, 2 or 1 with meat and 1 without. So yeah, I just tried to incorporate natural yogurt, fresh from the market. Seems like the belly is okay with that, so I'm happy. Avocados as well, super happy with that. Tomatoes also, even though it's a nightshade, it feels good to have a salad with tomatoes in. Yeah, eggs, no good so far. I think it was either the eggs or black pepper. I still have to figure out what gave me bloating and gas in my belly. I still feel like I have bloating after eating, not so much and without like discomfort, but it's more like I look at my belly and it's kind of big. So maybe I don't know, maybe it's normal, I'm not sure. What else? Yeah, been working a little bit on my emotional side. Found like a website that connects the candida with some emotions. That's super interesting. It's basically feeling unsupported and insecure, not wanting responsibilities or having too many responsibilities. I'm definitely the first not wanting responsibilities. I've been hiding from responsibilities for a long time now. It seems like I might have created the disease to have an excuse for taking responsibilities. So I can always use my disease as an excuse to not do stuff. So yeah, very interesting. So I'm gonna try to change that, be more responsible. And one of the things that I really would love is to have a job and show some responsibility through that. I'm also try to focus, narrow down on what I really want in life, what I need, what I'm passionate about. And it seems like it must be something with nutrition and movement, sport, exercise, helping, coaching, all the challenges I had and have. There must be some value in that I can use to help others. So yeah, I'm trying to pinpoint which direction to go into and actually pursue it and make something out of my life. I'm soon 40. I have literally like nothing like substantial, no family or no job, no place to live. So it's a bit worrying actually, but I'm optimistic. There's hope. Makes me feel strong and confident and empowered, which I'm also repeating in my mind, telling myself positive things to myself. And it feels good to be able to stick with this strong diet and go through it and hopefully heal. And somehow I feel like I need to give myself like a big challenge which will boost my confidence. So I don't know, like climb some crazy mountain, not crazy, but just like a more than 1 day trek, or run a marathon, or I don't know, some kind of challenge where I can say I fucking did it. So yeah, if you have a good idea, then I'll be happy to hear that. So yeah, I think that will be the end of talking about this diet for now. Yeah. Thanks for listening.